Hello and welcome to the Mum Boss Method Podcast and the Laura-Faye Fitness Podcast.
That's going to be so funny when people listen to it on my podcast.
I know I didn't even mean to say it, it just came out.
It was great. Oh, we should absolutely do like a podcast takeover.
Oh, yeah, and not tell each other what we're going to talk about
Yeah.
until it's posted.
Yeah.
That sounds like an absolutely belting idea.
Isn't it? That's a good idea.
Why don't we do that when we're in France?
Okay. Yeah,
Amazing.
when we're in France.
Yeah, can you hear this, guys? I got invited to a chateau with our Chrissy darling.
Not a chateau.
I keep telling everyone that though.
It's a barn. But let's call it a chateau.
It's a lovely barn that looks like a chateau to me. Um, so I've been basically been telling everyone in the world that I've been invited to the south of France, darling, in a chateau by
Such
my
a
posh friend Christine.
It's so funny that Christine, you just called me Christine.
I haven't ever said that in my life, and I'm shocked it
No.
came out my mouth.
And when we're on holiday, my brother will be there as well, and you probably will hear him call me Christine and Chris, and you'll be like, "This is weird."
That is weird.
Yeah.
What does Tom call you?
Sugar tits, babe, woman, uh, very rarely Chrissy.
But if he was to call you by name, it'd be
Doris,
Doris.
Doris.
Oh, right, okay. Fair.
Fair. Um, my needy dog's being very needy, so we don't know what's going on there. Anyway, we're talking about the question I put in my check-in form to you,
Yes.
which was how do you approach holidays? Because I have my own approach to holidays that I kind of share with my clients and we create a bit of a strategy around it. And I was just interested in what you say to your clients. So you were like, should we do a podcast? I was like, yeah, cool.
But just because I think it's really interesting because obviously we'll have different approaches, but probably aren't that different.
No.
But what I would tell my clients is also different. Well, it's not different to what I would do. This is how I'll tell them to do it. But I also say, look, you don't go on holiday every week. It's okay for you to enjoy yourself. But here are the things that I would focus on.
Mind you, how many holidays are you going to have had by the end of this year?
So I've been to Portugal, Cornwall once, Cornwall again next week, then France, then put. Oh my God, we're going on two holidays together this year.
Yeah.
For fuck's sake, right?
So
Well,
five holidays for you this year.
that's a pretty good year for me. Like,
Yeah.
it's not normally like that.
No, I'm probably not far off. Malta, France, Zante, Portugal, four.
What's Zante for?
Oh, I haven't told you this.
All right, bro. Another holiday in the
I'm go
making.
I'm going I'm going to Zante on one business retreat. I'm flying back home on the Monday. I get in at 11:30 at night, and then the next morning at 6, I fly to Portugal to see you.
Oh my God, what is Zante? Who with?
Jojo.
Oh my God, that's amazing.
Yeah.
Right?
So two of our two holidays, but make them business.
Oh well, how good.
Yeah, there we go. Anyway,
Yeah, we digress here, guys. But at least you know our life story, and that's apparently what it's all about now, isn't it?
yeah, connection.
Connection, building real relationships, which me and Chrissy met on like basically online.
Yeah, yeah, we met online, then met in person 2 years ago in November
Yeah.
in Glasgow, and then I haven't been able to get rid of you since.
What can I say? I've got that effect on people.
So I don't know then. Do you want to like, do you want to talk about, do you want to start with how you would approach holidays, help clients to approach holidays?
So right, I'll tell you how I approach it, and then I'll tell you how I approach my clients, which is very similar. But I think we've got to remember, and this is a conversation that I've had with Jake quite a lot recently. We're not the norm. We aren't normal. I know we're not normal anyway. We are quite strange. But in general terms, like we are very much in tune with our bodies. We know what works, what doesn't, but it's because we've been doing it for a long time, but also because what we want aligns with how we act. But I think it's because we've worked on ourselves a lot. So like me going on holiday, I kind of know what I can get away with and what I can't. And that sounds like really like rebellious, but I do know what I can get away with and what I can't. So
Mm.
I can go on holiday. I know that I need to drink all my water. I know I need to get my steps in. I know I need to focus on my protein. But I know that I can go on holiday and have one meal out a day and basically maintain because and I'm not saying like mate, like I'll be completely honest. I go on holiday. It depends where I am. Like if I'm trying to like be like all right, I won't eat like a dick, do you know what I mean? But if I'm on holiday and I'm completely switching off, if I want pizza for my tea 2 nights in a row, I will have pizza for my tea, but and I won't even think twice about it.
No.
It won't be a case of me like, oh my God, right, I've had a pasty for my lunch, I can't have pizza for my tea. Like it is what it is. But I'm still gonna move, I'm still gonna drink my water, I'm still gonna keep on my protein. And that's kind of how I work it, and it works for me.
Mm.
But that's because, but I don't think it's because I'm some magic miracle that can get away with eating pizza every night. It's because I'm in tune with my body, and all my actions throughout the day will probably be much better than someone who's not so in tune with their body. So, for example, like someone who's literally just started a diet phase, never done a diet in their life properly, and they literally will go out for a full English for the breakfast, pasty for lunch, pizza for tea, 10 pints. Do you know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
if I did that, I'd put £5 on in a day. Do you know what I mean? I know it would be
Yeah.
water weight, but I know that thing, and also like I feel like shit if I do that every day.
Yeah.
What about you? What do you do when you go on holiday?
So because we go to France every year, um, and we drive now, whereas when we first started going, we drove a couple of times and then flew a couple of times. But because we drive, I've got the luxury of being able to take weights with me. Now, I don't weigh the car down with my whole selection of dumbbells, but I'll take like two 7.5 kilogram dumbbells with me and some bands, and I alternate between going for a run and doing a workout because it makes me feel good. And the places that we stay are so nice in the middle of the countryside. As long as you've not, right by a really main road, it's really nice to just go for a run. Um, so I'm really active on holiday, and tend to easily do my 10,000 steps. Um, and I try and stick to like my yogurt and fruit for breakfast. And then because we get fresh bakery stuff every day, I might every couple of days have like a croissant or something like that. But I know if I just had two croissants for my breakfast, I'd be starving 90 minutes later. So what's the point? I stick to my Greek yogurt. Um,
Question:
yeah,
do they do cruffins in France?
no, babe, that's an American thing.
All right. Do they have good
You
croissants
can't
though?
even really get where we go. You can't, an almond croissant is like not a French thing.
Right.
It might be in Paris, but yeah, we've done that. We've bastardized croissants. So you can get croissants, they're gorgeous. You can get like delicious, we get fresh bread every day. You can get pain au chocolat every day, but like lunches tend to be, fairly light. And then because breakfast isn't till a bit later as well. And then we'll either go out for dinner or we have a barbecue at home. And then I don't think last year I didn't drink every day, which was probably the first year I didn't drink every day. Um, but I don't deny myself. The thing with me is I've learned just how much alcohol keeps me awake at night, and I've gone on holiday to relax. Um, and I think that's one of the things that I say to my clients is, what do you want out of this holiday? Are you going somewhere where it's all inclusive and the meals are like absolutely outstanding, in which case you've paid a lot for those meals, bloody well enjoy them. But let's be honest, even in an all-inclusive hotel, a lot of the meals, like, I don't know, the ones I've been in, lunch is last night's dinner rehashed into something else. So I'd still, I'd kind of say try and keep two stable meals and one a bit more indulgent. Do intentional movement every day. It doesn't have to be your 10,000 steps. It doesn't have to be a workout. It doesn't have to be a run, but, have the intention of, right, I'm going to go for a 30-minute walk now. Um, and I'm the same as you. I've learned what I can get away with. I wish there was a better way of saying it, but it is getting away with it, isn't it?
It is, and I think, well, the better way of putting it is we know how many more calories we can go over, not
Yeah.
necessarily in number form, that we will maintain, that we won't put any weight on.
Yeah.
I kind of know that, and I can in quotation marks get away with it, but it's like all inclusive, like you just mentioned there. Like if I go to an all inclusive, that Rosa is a Nutella queen. She absolutely loves Nutella. So first morning down at breakfast, she will get the pancakes, the croissants, the Nutella, like absolutely everything. And I'll get my eggs on toast or like you say, yogurt. And I will try them on the first day. But then once I've tried it, I'm like, what is the point of me getting them every day? I know what they taste like. They taste good. Is it really worth it when I know that we might be having a nice tea? Like, probably not. And I just think all inclusive, like people, there's two types of people, and the people who'll just eat to because it's there, and then there's people that make the most of how much food that there is for free, even though it's not free. And I just personally think like it's not always the best food, and if it is, like enjoy it, but do you need to stuff your face till you can't breathe? Like, is that necessary?
You've paid for it either way. So is there like saying, oh, I'm going to get my money's worth? What, you don't think that they've made money on what you've paid? Like, of course they have. You are not a bin. Um,
But that point that you just made there, get my money's worth, that is a wrong mentality to have towards food because therefore you are just stuffing as much food as possible in your body that doesn't align with where you want to be.
no.
So that's like a relationship with food slash money kind of thing, isn't it?
Yeah. Um, the other thing and again, like we go to the same place, not the same place, but we go to similar places every year in the south of France. So I know that the nearest town to us is going to have at least one absolutely incredible ice cream shop. I know there will be because there all always are. And I bloody love the ice cream. Are you trying to kill something?
Fly just like landed on my notebook, sorry. Yeah,
Okay.
go on.
So for my thing is like I'd rather enjoy a giant two scoop ice cream at the end of my evening after I've eaten my dinner than have a couple of croissants that I know are only going to fill me up for an hour and a half anyway and I'll need to eat.
I think
Like,
I think, do you not think that this all boils down to like people people think that you diet for an event to let go to then
mhm,
come back and diet for the next event.
yeah,
Whereas if you can diet to wherever you like, this obviously not everyone's goal is fat loss or getting shredded or whatever, but if your goal is to look a certain type of way or feel a certain type of way, like it shouldn't be for an event. And I know that that's hard to say because we all do it, But if you're still setting that mentality of I'm going to diet for this event and then that will be it, I'm afraid to tell you that you're going to be sadly disappointed when you get to the other side of that event and you go back to your normal eating habits without working on them, and you don't manage to maintain the whatever you have wanted to create. And that could be how you feel, it could be how you look, because it's not you dieting for something, it's a complete mindset change.
Yeah. And like there's obviously a difference between, people are getting married and so they want to look great on their wedding day or whatever, but just dieting for a holiday or dieting for your big birthday or whatever, and then thinking that, or then I can just go back to how it was before. It's not a healthy way to be that every time it's coming up for your holidays, you then crash diet. But I guess, what we both do and what oh, I thought there was a spider on the floor. You've got flowers, I've got spiders. Um, you know, we were talking about me today, and you posted about me today. I'm now just or just over a kilogram over where I was before shoot day. Now, obviously, I dieted for that shoot. You dieted for your shoots. And in the last couple of days of this, and I don't think people realize the last couple of days of that diet is really drastic and really extreme. And the water manipulation is not a joke. You wouldn't do that. I'm not going to dehydrate myself the day before I drive to France. Because I'm not going to make a very good navigator for Tom, am I? But you're not going to do that for your holiday. Like that's techniques that you use to make you look as, on point as possible for photos. But the fact is, I've made enough of the mindset changes and I know my body enough and I know how, like you say, what I can get away with, that actually I've only needed to dial it in a little bit the last couple of weeks just to tidy up before holiday.
And you're still only sitting a kilo above, which is absolutely tremendous because, but just going back to like what you said then about the getting away with it again, I think this fools a lot of people. And if you are listening to this podcast and you're thinking, well, I should be able to get away with a chocolate bar, I should be able to get away. Me and Chrissy, both of us have gone through extensive like diet phases, like emotional eating, like all our lives. Like we're both women that have grown up in all these different diet phases and things like that. But obviously, as we've made this our careers, I would personally say, especially me, like I've had to go through the strict dieting. I've had to go through I know that you haven't gone through a bulk as such, but it's taught me so much about my body, about how much I can eat and how much I can't eat. But for your average person who just wants to look good and feel good, you are going to have to go through some kind of like uncomfortable phase
Mm.
to be able to learn your body or learn about your body, sorry, on how it reacts to different things. And I think that is super important. And like the way we've done it is like, yes, it is a little bit extreme. And like I said at the beginning of the podcast, we are not normal people because this is our career and this is how we look at things and we talk to people every day about it. So we are not the norm.
I
However,
also think we should own that. Just, the majority of the country don't regularly exercise. Like it's okay to be not normal.
oh yeah,
Just
100%. But I just think like if you are listening to this and you want to get in any kind of shape, you're gonna have to accept that there is gonna be some level of uncomfort and you are gonna have to endure that. And if you don't go through that and you resort to a quick fix, to the really uncomfortable quick fix that might only be a very short, uncomfortable quick fix, how long are you going to spend going around in circles going to that?
mm.
Do you know what I mean?
And well, I think that what comes with this is self-awareness. It's under, you in order to get to the stage of knowing, let's stick with the language, what you can get away with, you have to create self-awareness. You have to treat yourself as your own experiment. And you have to, you know, like Laura's been coaching me for 7 months. I'm a perimenopausal woman. I don't often sleep, like, no, let's change the language around that. Sometimes I really don't sleep very well. I have been prone to occasionally some mood swings, and that leads me to want to emotionally eat. And sometimes Laura's had to take the don't be a little shit, sort your life out. Sometimes she's been taught to me, I need you, like, I need to understand where you're sitting right now. All of it comes down to self-awareness. All of it comes down to pausing before you make the decision and understanding why it is you're going to do what you're going to do. And it's not as simple as following the ABCs of how to get super lean. It's, there are some people probably listening to this that absolutely don't have, issues with emotional eating. And maybe it is more of a case if they don't really know what to do, so they need the help with what to do. But our experience is most people need more support than that. And with that, you have to bring self-awareness. You have to be questioning yourself. You have to really look at, if you can't go out for one meal with your family, and then because you've had a starter, main, dessert and a glass of wine, then think that you have to write the rest of the week off. You then just sit on the button. Like, that's some unpicking and some self-awareness that needs to be done. It's not as simple as being told by your coach, don't do it.
Well, that's where instructing and coaching comes in, though, isn't it?
Yeah.
But I've definitely been on that end of the spectrum where I've like emotionally eaten, do you know what I mean? Or like not even emotional. I think, do you know when you like sat there and you want it, but then you feel guilty, and then you want it, and you feel guilty, and you're constantly in that cycle.
Yeah. Don't you find boredom comes into a lot of it as well, and procrastination?
Yeah,
And that's why I think on holiday, even when, because I we go on holiday, and you know, I'm happy to say in my whole family, and it's my extended family that go as well. It's not just me and my husband and my son, it's my mother-in-law, my brother and sister-in-laws and their partners.
I mean,
I'm and you this year. And Rosie and Hugo. But like, they will sometimes say to me, like, are you not, like, can you not just loosen up just for a couple of weeks? And I'm like, this is me loosening up. But I also know what's going to make me feel good and what's going to make me feel crap. I don't need to sit and eat that every morning and drink that every evening. There's always, crisps and whatever like laying around because the kids pick, and but I don't feel the need every time I go in the kitchen to refill my water bottle to put my hand in the crisp packet,
I
because I
mean,
don't think
I might do that.
I don't think I'm not actually a very crispy person.
No,
But I think boredom comes into it a lot more. I think think about food more when I'm at home than when I'm on holiday.
well, it's hot as well, isn't it?
Yeah.
But just going into what you just said about like people, this is like looking at the other end of the spectrum. If you are someone that goes away and wants to keep on track, but you feel pressurized by your family or your friends, whoever you're going with, into, oh, don't be boring, or loosen up, or just have a cake, one won't hurt. Don't go to gym. Why would you go to gym on holiday? Do you know things like that creeping in? Like that's the complete opposite end of the spectrum, but that's something that more that we experience than, but actually like I'm not doing it to be boring. I'm not. I don't want to drink today because it makes me feel like shit. I don't really want to eat pizza 2 nights in a row because that doesn't align with who I want to be or how I want to feel because pizza actually makes me feel really shit unless I make it myself. Um,
Yeah.
but I need to go to the gym because if I don't go to the gym or I don't go for a run for a couple of days, I'm a moody bitch.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Because it makes me feel good and it gives me space as well because I'm so used to being on my own a lot. Like I need that space as well. So I think if you are someone that feels isolated the other way, that feels like you basically being bullied into being unhealthy, stand up for yourself and explain your reasonings for it.
Yeah. I think that that all comes down to the fact that exercise and nutrition and, what I would term in my world as self-care should make you feel better, not worse. So why would I not want to then go on holiday where I feel great and I'm relaxing and add to the feeling great by doing the things that I already do that I know make me feel great?
100%. It's like when we went to Cornwall last time. Obviously, we went to the wedding on the whatever day it were, Wednesday. And obviously, it's a wedding, so you don't have a choice what you're eating. You get given your food. And I had a really healthy breakfast because I knew that it was going to be like whatever. I think the canapes is it canapes first, isn't it, when you get to a wedding? Cornish pasties made the size of my head. So I ate that. And then literally straight after, it was evening meal, which was a barbecue. Then straight after that, like not straight after, but like a couple of hours, it was pizza, which it was all fantastic. But Jesus Christ, I felt so full and unwell, and I was drinking. The next day, we went back down to the wedding venue, and there was a shit ton of this pizza that the restaurant had saved for us. So we just ate pizza. Oh my God, I felt dreadful. And like, it's great, isn't it? Like at the time when you're eating it, you're like, this tastes so good. But actually, I felt like absolute shite.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
sometimes it's just like you say, you want to add to how you feel and how you can relax, not make you feel like shit.
Yeah. Exactly. Exactly. So we approach this similar ways, don't we?
100%. Again, it depends what phase of your whatever you're doing at the minute as well. Like if you were like when you went to Malta, for example, you were absolutely bang on.
Yeah. Yeah. But that was very different in that I had what, 7 weeks until a photo shoot.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, that was probably the first time since I've been pregnant, get down, that I've not drunk on a holiday.
Nuts that.
Hmm?
Said it's
Nuts.
nuts, isn't it?
It is, yeah. Really nuts. But I'm going to be introducing you to French wine.
Can't wait. I'm so excited for Beaujolais. Well excited. I love wine, but I don't really like white wine. I'm a bit of a dick on white wine, so don't give me white wine, only red.
That's okay. That's fine. We mainly drink red anyway.
Perfect.
We
Rose.
like champagne.
I love champagne.
Okay.
I can
You-
drink champagne. I don't know what it is, mate. I used to drink white wine all the time. And the last time I had white wine, I was just a complete bellend. And then I tried it again and I was bellend again. So I can't drink it.
Okay, no white wine for you.
Absolutely not.
Good. Okay. Anything else we need to talk about?
No, I think that's been pretty good, to be fair. I think basically move, eat all right, drink your water, and own whatever decision you make.
Yeah. Yeah. And then also don't lose your head when you get back because even though you've made those decisions, the fact of the matter is you've traveled, you've eaten different food, your routine has been different. You will see an increase in the scales. That's normal.
You
Give it
could
a
be
week.
perfect on holiday
Yeah.
and you'd still come back increased.
I think I did, didn't I? When
Yeah,
I I came back and it was a little bit up, but within a week it was back down to where it was before.
yeah.
Yeah.
So regardless.
There we go. Okay.
It's been great, as always.
Yes, I'll speak to you
Au
in,
revoir.
in 5 seconds. God, in 5 seconds when you've pressed stop recording. Oh, hold on. I'll do the outro because you did the intro.
Go on.
Thanks for listening to the Laura-Faye Fitness Podcast and the Mum Boss Method Podcast. We're probably going to release this at different times because I've already done today's podcast. She hasn't, but that's okay. Doesn't matter.
Adios. Oh no, au revoir.
Bye.